into the studio. I'm joined with Dad across from me, John on the couch, and I'm Hudson. That's Todd. I said Dad, if you're new. And this is where we do our numbers. This is a voiceover-related video. So we'll go over my income for the week, voiceover-related things, Dad's voiceover numbers, and then our direct email marketing business called VO Marketing Pro, which John is part of. See how their week went. So, anything before we start? All right. Johnny, on to you.
All right. 46 warm responses this week, 10 auditions, 3 jobs reported this week. Kimberly Young with a recurring one, and then Hudson with 2 clients.
2 new clients.
2 clients, wow. 2 new ones.
Everyone that you report is a new client. Yeah, no. For me, everyone I do is a new client.
There might come a point, like hopefully for some people, maybe specifically Hudson, we haven't talked about that, so we're kind of having a meeting within this thing. But we might at some point not report all of his recurring work. But with yours, like we've said in other videos, is that it would probably be a fair amount most weeks that we'd be reporting recurring things. So we only report new clients for Dad or Todd, and then for Hudson, we report new and recurring, but it just so happens that this week is both new. So
and everybody else VO Marketing Pro.
It'd be probably good if you did do all of your, just to show the power of direct email marketing.
Yeah.
That's whatever. We don't want to discourage people.
There were 14 this week, recurring clients, because I didn't have any new clients, but I made money. So
I'm just saying that
makes sense to me.
You say it and you don't want them to be discouraged, and that's true. But then you also say, well, that's the power of direct email marketing.
Correct. Yep.
Anyway,
we send out an email every week to the people that we work with.
The voice actors
that we work with in VO Marketing Pro. We let them know the numbers too, and then we also maybe throw in a few other things. I will say that if you're in our group and you're watching this video and you prefer to watch the videos over an email, or you don't pay attention to those as much, I just wanted to remind you that we know that this is the time of year where some of the last hurrah vacations before school and the fall come in. So if you don't have access to like a mobile rig, or you just don't want to be bothered, if you will, during the time that you're off, which is fine, just let us know and we'll make sure that we don't send any work your way during that time. And it'll also help us that if job come in from those that are on the roster, or just a job comes in, we can we can work with them on that, or send that to you, and you will know that at least you're not available at that time. We'll still send it to you, but let us know, or we'll be able to let you know, and then we'll know that we're on the same page with you being off. And then we like to, for the new people too that are with us, no matter how many warm responses you have, remember to try to stay in front of those contacts every 3 months.
Critical.
Yep. If you need any help with those, you might say, well, I've only been with you for a couple months and I only have 2 or 3 warm responses. Well, still, you wouldn't get a hold of them right now necessarily, but be thinking about how you would do that. And if you need help with that, let us know. And no amount of warm responses is too small or too big to stay in front of those. So we can help you with those. And we're glad and here to help you with those. So help is here.
I'm not saying that were you finished with it? I'm not saying that you should do this, but I'm not saying you shouldn't either. There was a guy in Pennsylvania, I won't tell you his name, video production company. He doesn't use me anymore because he's gone to all interview type things, and he did quite a few years ago. But he would send to me, I was trying to make $125 a week when I first started, $125 a week. And he would send me something every once in a while, maybe once a month, and it would be like 4 minutes of audio for $200 or $250. It's like, wow, that's 2 weeks worth of income. And so I'd email him, 2 weeks after the project was done and say, hey, do you have anything else? And I'd call him once in a while. He said, no, I don't have anything. But he came through I probably over a 2-year period, probably had 20, 25 projects with him. And again, not saying you should do that, but when you're hungry
Yeah.
and you don't know any better, which I didn't know any better back then. Maybe I wasn't so sophisticated.
They'll let you know if you're bothering
Yeah,
them.
well, yeah, and you can bother people so much, or they're like, okay, I'm not answering again, or I'm tired of this guy. He's too much. He's a headache. That said, there were 3 or 4 clients like that I would contact regularly. To your point, whether the warm replies or clients that you have, if you haven't heard from a client in 6 months
good
or
point.
a year, get back in front of them with a new demo or a new link or just a little, water cooler type thing.
I was gonna say on that, John was talking about, here's a little tip for you that Dad, and maybe you already know this, but before we're out of office, we'll send an out of office notice to our clients,
Yeah.
and I will sometimes
marketing touch,
send them
yeah.
to my warm replies, some of them that have been really nice warm replies,
point.
and just say,
I thought
hey,
about that.
I'm gonna be
I
out
thought
of
about
the
clients, but not that part. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be out of the office, in 2 weeks. Just wanted to make sure you didn't have any, projects coming up that needed my voice, because then sometimes they'll send the work before, so then you won't miss that while you're gone. Anyway, that's just a little.
No, that's good, because
Little
I
tip.
used to do the same thing with warm responses. Now when I go on vacation, a couple of times a year at the most, I don't want to do that because I'm busy enough that I don't want to go to my warm replies and send out, 40 of those before I go on vacation and get work. Because we all know that when you send out of studio replies and you don't want to be, quote, bothered, that's when you get work. So anyway, no, those are good, very good points. So appreciate that.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
On to my numbers. So I had a good week this week. I had 8 warm replies, 2 auditions, haven't heard back from them, 2 booked jobs. One was $200 and the other was $250 from direct email marketing, of course. 0 recurring clients. And then Upwork, I had a plethora, a smattering of jobs. What does that mean?
I don't think smattering.
No,
is what you
I
want.
think a plethora or you had a lot of them. You had a lot of them. Yep.
Yeah. A bevy.
There you go.
Keep
I'd probably
going down
stop
that
with
road.
adjectives.
2 for 3.
Why don't you, he's going to keep
2 for
going.
3.
Why don't what you do is go look synonyms for a lot, and then
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
find more words for Hudson.
I won't name all of them. I think I had 10 jobs on Upwork this week.
Wow.
2 of them were revisions. Dad's walking away because he can't. Anyway, 2 of them were revisions that a guy messed up on the slide, so it was technically a job, but it was they were $10 a piece. But I made $738 on Upwork this week. And then I had 4 jobs on Fiverr for a total of $77.60, which is $77.60. And then I did 9 hours of editing for Dad, which is $180. 0 on Voice 123, but somebody liked.
Oh.
I've got 5 liked samples.
How many have you
auditions?
done? How many have you done?
I'm probably close to 100. So that's what they say.
Yep,
Anyway,
gotta get yourself out there.
$1,445.60 was my week, which was very nice. I do have one interesting, kind of funny story from this week. So I got a job on Upwork. Got a job on Upwork this week, and we were going back and forth, and they asked me to kind of do a narration style read. And so I asked if they could give me some examples. They did. And then they had the name of their company that they were working with in there. And I said, do you have an example of the pronunciation? And so they said, yeah, here you go. And they sent me the video. I opened it up and I hear it playing. And all of a sudden I hear this familiar voice. Well, it was Dad's voice. Dad had done a voiceover for them. And they sent me
It's funny.
an example of the client's name, but my dad had worked with him as well. So that was just kind of, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And that was just funny that's my dad's voice. So we got to work with we've worked with the same clients before, but never have I.
Yeah, I understand. What
Has
you're
it
saying.
been not?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, maybe you don't know this, but I said, my dad's a professional voiceover talent. And the video you sent me has my dad's voice behind it.
Did they respond?
They haven't responded
Yeah.
yet. Maybe they said, oh, we accidentally hired the wrong guy.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Anyway, that
No,
was
that's-
my week.
that is funny.
$1,445.60.
I'm still waiting for, and I've heard other voiceover talent that have done tens of thousands of jobs, I've heard them say sometimes somebody will say, here, we want you to do this. Here's the read style. They'll send a link and it's them. It's actually them.
That's crazy.
And they'll say, I can sound like that because that's me.
That's the
And
moment.
that's always fun when you're the
arrived.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the guy. So that's funny.
I can totally do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
What if they came back and said, hey, we want you to sound a little bit more like this guy. Go back to the that'd be tough.
I mean, I have had them where they send me a link of me and they want me to sound like that. And then they say, well, we want you to be more this. It's like, okay, it's either was bad direction, a bad link, or for some reason, sometimes scripts. Like you put stuff on your demo and it's a certain style because it's a certain music and it's a certain video and it's a certain script and you sound like that because of that. That leads you that way where it's not always easy to get it to sound the same way with the different words and different music and such.
I can't sound more like me.
No, this is the best I
that's
can
me.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I had a goose egg again with Upwork. I didn't do as much. There just didn't seem to be quite as much on there this week as last week, but I did a lot of them. 10, I think, proposals last week, and you keep telling me to be patient and put in the time.
Be persistent, be patient,
and persevere.
Persevere.
And it'll pay off.
It will.
Okay. I'll keep doing it then. Oh, we also lowered my prices again, too.
We sure did.
So
yeah.
maybe that'll help get things going, grease the gears. Fiverr came in and helped salvage my week. Otherwise, but a real slow week. $1,658.60.
Wow.
And a lot of those were new. I think I had like 34,000 impressions. That's how it used to be. I mean, week after week after week, and then sometimes it was around 4,000, which some people might be saying, I'd die for 4,000. I'd kill for
That's
that.
what I'm
But mine was like 34,000, I think. But Fiverr was $1,658.60. What's yours?
My impressions are 265 going down.
Yeah.
Clicks 4, and my conversion rate is 1.51%.
Yep. Yeah, you're the Upwork guy, and I'm on Fiverr right now. Direct email marketing was $3,437.50 for a grand total just over the $5,000 mark, $5,096.10, $5,096.
You can always count on direct email marketing to be there for you.
Yep.
You
very, very thankful for
nice
it.
for $5 or $1,600.
Yep.
Wow. All right, I think that does it for our numbers. Interested in more videos that are voiceover related, we have Todd's Tips. They have their own playlist. Numbers, like this video, has its own playlist. We've also been doing some listener viewer questions. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. We can do them anonymously or just whatever. So feel free to get a hold of us. And if you'd like to share your numbers, we always say that we'd love to have you share your numbers. It's not a pride thing or a bragging thing. It's just we like to hear people doing the work and not slacking. So anyway, we will see you later, and have a good rest of your week.